So you can either do dynamic or balanced air. Auto is up here, so you would turn that off to have more control of it, and exactly where you want the air kind of thing.
What if you just want it off?
Off, you would just turn it off right there.
I see. Okay.
So, AC, max AC, and sync up at the top. The two things that aren't there are their defrosters. You just get it and press these two buttons. That way you don't have to mess with the screen. Okay. Everything else will be through here. Nice. Exterior lighting, you can change how the outside lights behave. That was that menu button over there. Under additional settings, you can have the high beams be basically the main lights, and then when you turn the when you detect another car, it'll turn the high beams off. And then when the coast is clear, turn them back on.
Oh,
I imagine in Oregon that would probably be very useful.
Oh, nice.
Would you like that to be the default?
Yes.
All right.
That's super cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
It helps us, you know what? I'll tell you, it helps us see the bears and the deer.
Especially in your area. Huh?
Yeah, we do.
100%.
We have a lot of them.
100% agree on that. Parking, this is the same as this button. I don't know why they have a digital button there. You press it and it's your sensors, your cameras, all that stuff.
Nice.
And then vehicle status is basically the same as live vehicle, your information about your car.
Great.
You do have the drive recorder. In the event of a collision, it would basically have recorded video. Would you like to activate it?
Yes.
All right. And now it'll be set, ready to go. Any questions on any of the interface so far?
Not so far.
All right. Hardware wise, so up here, you ever need a tow, press this button, connect it to a BMW operator, and they'll send a tow truck free of charge. This button right here, since it has 3 lines, brings you to the interior lighting. So if you want to change it from green, you just press that right to it. These are your lights here, your side, my side. This is lights for the whole car. This button right here is for the sunroof. So you look up, you can see the lights, press it, and now it's open. It's clear.
Now it's through. You can see through.
Yep, and then you press it again, and then it clouds it up.
Wow. Okay. We were trying to figure this out earlier.
So the glass doesn't open because for electric cars, it's all about weight. So, but you can press that, and then press it again. So.
All right.
Emergency triangle here. Your defrosters right here is your glove box.
Oh, okay, there we go.
And then you close that there.
Before you close it, let's just put that in there.
Alrighty.
Let me see if I can see where that button is.
Right here.
Right there. Okay.
Does this make sense here?
I think so. I mean, and this is another key.
Correct, yeah.
So, and will I get other 2 of these in here?
No, you can
Just
only have 1 per car.
Okay, 1 of these, 2 fobs, and the phone.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah, you would just push down to go into drive. Push again would be B, so it'll switch from drive to B. B is 1 pedal driving, where as soon as you let go of the gas, it starts slowing down.
Like Tesla.
Yeah, and then D would be just
The
cruising.
regular,
coasting.
regular way brake, regular brake.
Right, so how do we get that to do the B?
So go ahead, put your foot on the brake and start the engine, for lack of a better term. And now pull down once, so when it's in drive, and then pull it down again, and back into B, and then do it again.
Back or?
Yeah, and then it's back into drive.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you can
and then if
switch.
I want to go back up to reverse.
Yeah.
Okay.
So. And then to put it in park, you have to press this button here. And now you're in park. Auto H is auto hold. You come to a complete stop. You can take your foot off the brake so it won't creep forward. This will stay on until you decide to turn it off. Yeah, so just a heads up on that. These buttons here, home, media, telephone, navigation, back. This works the very same as before. Tilt it to the sides or push it in.
So mostly with navigation, I just use Siri.
So,
You know, hey Siri, take me to.
it depends. That's how I used my iX. The difference here is if you use this one, this GPS knows this is an electric vehicle and it will plan your route accordingly. So
Okay.
it depends on the situation because it could give you the most efficient route. It can put you need a charge, so it'll give you that kind of thing.
Oh, I see.
So,
Very nice. And that's, I get this when I hit nav.
so it'll be there on the home screen. You could just say, hello, BMW. Hello, BMW. Get directions to 5070 Wilshire Boulevard. Or you could just press the microphone button once. So then doing it this way.
Our next destination is 5070 Wilshire Boulevard, Los Angeles, California.
Doing it this way will do the built-in navigation automatically. To cancel it, you can cancel here or over there. So when I remove my hand for a few seconds, it all goes away. And then you come close, you can press that, and it disappears. But yeah, you could totally just say, hello, you know who, get directions to X, Y, Z.
So let's try it, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
That's what I have to do. Oh. Got stored over here.
Also, I don't have my phone with me, but for the passenger, this is where their phone would go. So.
Hello, BMW. Take me to 29415 Vista Plaza Drive, Laguna Niguel, California.
Perfect. 29,415 Vista Plaza Drive, Laguna Niguel, California is our next destination.
And that's pretty much it.
Okay.
The best thing to do with it is talk to it like you're hopping in a cab. Because when you start to sound like a robot, it throws it off because it's not designed to listen for robots.
Okay.
So, just something to keep in mind. This symbol here is how you know your phone is charging.
Yes. You can see it on the phone down here too, which is nice.
And then
That is
these
shocking.
cables are significantly. This is 5 watts. This is 15 watts. You can run a short cable up through here. There's small hooks that will hang.
Oh yeah,
And
right.
then you could like grab them, plug your phone in, and then have it sit there.
Yeah. Okay. Kids are gonna be slathering on it.
I know they have this. That's a toy they can play for a long time.
This will be to just manually bring up the parking sensors, cameras, all that stuff. This right here is your safety settings. So do you like lane keep assist, for example?
Yes.
Forward collision mitigation, lane departure warning with the steering intervention, blind spot monitoring with steering intervention as well.
And these are all on.
Yeah, these are all active.
Right.
Side collision warning, this will detect someone coming into your lane and move the vehicle. If there's a vehicle on the other side, it keeps you equal distances. Exit warning is basically like exiting an on-ramp. It just is like a wider version of the other one that checks your sides. I can't think of the name now. Emergency stop. So if the car detects that you're incapacitated, it will try to wake you up by playing loud noises, flashing lights here. If nothing happens, the car will pull itself over and call 911.
Wow,
So that's what that is. So that's active right now.
that's badass.
Fatigue alert, I recommend turning off. This one says you've been driving for 30 minutes, pull over, get some coffee, something to drink.
Not really.
Yeah, let's turn it off then.
And then,
I mean, and if you have it on, it's going to do it every 30 minutes?
yeah.
Can you set a time, like 2
Yeah, I
hours,
was
every
gonna
2
say.
hours?
No, you can only have it for like, the first one is 30 and the next one I think is 20.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can set speed limits if you wanted to. I don't recommend setting a speed limit just because in case of an emergency.
No, you need to drive fast in this car.
And then everything is on by default with the reversing. So like that's what it sounds like when you back up getting close to something. The only thing that is not on, and most people dislike it, is the emergency backup or braking. If you're coming down too steep of a driveway, if it detects the road, it'll hit the brakes. So a lot of people hate it for that reason.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm indifferent about it. I don't care too
I
much.
don't really need that.
Okay. Drive off monitoring,
Yeah.
this would pretty much just assist you, like if you were really close to that pillar right there. I've never experienced it, so I can't really explain it well, but yeah, it just basically kind of limits you on making any crazy moves or driving too fast, like zooming out. So.
I think I have that on my other vehicle, and it just tells me. Usually, it warns me way before it's an issue for me, but it's not annoyingly so.
Yeah. Well, that's weird. Would you like the camera on
The camera
when
to
you reverse?
yes.
Like it'll be like your surroundings.
Yeah.
And then parking lines, all that stuff will be on by default. This again is more speed limit. Distance control when you do the right now I can't think of that. The cruise control where it detects the car in front of you. I can't think of the proper name.
Okay.
It'll start you off far here. You can change it how you want it to start off, but situational, it'll pretty much just detect based off of speed and stuff like that. And then if you want it to just be standard cruise control from the get-go, that would be the only thing.
I'm not sure if I understand standard cruise control. So this is.
So when you
This
turn
is-
on the cruise control, its default is going to be the adaptive. If you want it to just be standard cruise control, or
You
just set
basically
speed.
you drive yourself standard, right?
So yeah,
Yeah. So what would this do? Like it just
So-
it just slows you down.
adaptive will
there's-
detect the vehicles in front of you and
Okay.
change your speed based off of them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Need to keep it on. Let's see what it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, I
Auto.
mean, I say now at this point, that's the one to use. I never used cruise control until I had that.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And then route and intersection.
I actually do use it because, well, we got a speed trap with just a straight line for 20 miles, and
Yeah.
it's just better to
Yeah.
do that than get a ticket.
Exactly. Just have it right on the edge.
Exactly.
Or you can see how fast the cops really are. No.
Well, happily, my new office manager has number 2 on the highway patrol as her boyfriend these days.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm his brother.
There you
I'm his
go.
new brother.
There you go. That's always good.
That's what you got to say. You doesn't matter your race. Yep,
Yeah.
he's my brother.
There you go.
Love it.
So these are part of the assisted driving features.
Okay.
So you can automatically adjust to the speed on the route. So basically it'll know where you are and do its own thing if you want to activate that. And then it will also start to corner and things like that. It'll slow down when cornering if you want, or it doesn't have to slow down necessarily. And then lane guiding with navigation. So if you set something into the navigation, the car will kind of know, like right here, assist you with taking exits, navigation, things like that, and start the lane changes when you're getting close. Do you want to activate any of these?
I'm not sure if I do really.
Okay.
Do you?
Maybe
do
just
those,
leave
or-
it for now.
If you want to see what they're like, but this is one of those things where you say like either put all your faith in it or zero faith in it.
Uh-huh.
And by zero faith, I mean is when it does its thing, don't touch the steering wheel.
Yeah.
So
Let's leave that off for now.
Okay.
I'll go experiment with it later. But I've got
Alrighty.
this long
There's
drive
a lot of new
home and-
things you need to try it yourself, right? And
Yeah.
then figure out if you need it.
yeah, because the other ones, they're whatever. These ones are actual useful. So when you're using cruise control, you'll be able to, like in this case, take your hands actually off, and this will be while you're cruising.
Yeah.
Like you're going
Right.
straight, anything like that. It encounters a car, it'll hit the brakes for you. If there's a bend, it'll do the bend for you, anything like that.
Yeah.
The other ones would be more, what's the word I want to say? Intrusive. Whereas again, they start doing the things for you when you get closer to anything based off of GPS.
Yeah.
So this would be just situational. You use it when you want to. The other ones would actually use your GPS to full blown start controlling the car. So I say experiment with this, see how you like it, and then you can try the other ones.
Okay.
And then notifications expanded. I'll just leave it here basically so it can give you more information if something pops up on the screen.
Okay.
And then feedback via steering wheel, so you can no longer turn it off. Any of those safety systems go off. High, medium, or low is where the vibration will be. if you're not used to it.
Medium's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I have that.
All right. And then light elements on the steering wheel. These will light up to get your attention. And then here, this is exactly as the same as the other ones where we were. So any questions on any of that?
No.
All right, drivetrain chassis. So I recommend keeping the energy recovery and adaptive, because if you're being aggressive, then the energy recovery, which is the regenerative braking, would be aggressive. If you're being calm, it'll be calm. But you can change that if you needed to. Iconic sounds is the Hans Zimmer sounds that are built into the car. You can turn those off if you wanted to.
Sure.
Parking brake, you can have it where it will just automatically always use it, but the car is basically it has a tilt sensor where if it tilts,
If you
it
really
detects.
need parking, right?
Yeah,
Only
basically.
way you need it. Okay.
So, well, you can't activate it manually anymore, pretty much. So that's what this is here for. If you either basically want it all the time, or not. So, and then snow chains if you're ever driving with chains. Put that on here. Even though it says chains, this car uses what's the like springs.
So this car will like automatically have its own chains, or
No, this would be if you were driving with chains.
if you needed it?
So
then you
it
put
doesn't
it on.
detect like a slippage, and then
I
it
see.
starts acting weird. But
Okay.
their modern BMWs don't use chains. They use the other one. They're like just really tight springs that go around the tire, and that's the one they would use. So, or you could just get winter tires, and
Yeah.
there we are. That way you don't turn into hockey pucks.
Are these run flats?
No, these are
Okay,
not.
they're not.
You have a tire
there spare?
mobility kit, no spare.
Okay.
So run flats for weight, no spare for weight. There's basically an air compressor with like a little goop canister. If you ever get a flat, just call this.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's way more less trouble than it is.
Yeah.
You might be waiting, but you'll probably be waiting like 15 minutes longer than getting that whole setup done and
Right.
situated. So, if you needed to raise the vehicle to go past some obstacles, you would press this
Okay,
button.
that's the one. Yeah.
And again, my modes would be
Raise the
sport.
vehicle. So this raises the entire chassis up to like 2 inches, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That way you can avoid any
that
puncture
cool?
in the battery.
That's I'm worthless, man. Like seriously.
This
This-
only
It's
works.
good for us for off-roading.
Yeah, exactly. Where this car shines.
That's where that's where I live in off-roading places too. So
Oh, yeah.
it may come in handy. We'll see.
Yeah, basically this is just to clear any rocks that might be danger to the battery. But all four doors have to
shoot.
be closed.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
All right.
and that's pretty much it. This is volume. Push it in as mute. Push it in again, unmute, and then forward, backwards music. Mostly for the
Oh yeah. Okay. I can feel it. So now I'm in mute. Now I'm not.
So right now, there's no music playing, so we can change that. So from home, press this button. It'll be the easiest, and it'll give you like a list of inputs kind of type thing.
Right.
Let's make sure your Sirius is working. You have this for 1 year, and you have Sirius. There you are. So
Oh,
it's working.
that's free for first year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, never mind, it's Sirius, so it's not going to get reception on this bomb shelter. The key here is keep your finger about screen height and then above this guy, and you can do volume, you can change the channel, change the song, lower the volume, and then when you get phone calls, it'll remind you what the little icon is, but that's what it is. So this is to control the media.
With your order, every step of the
So,
America try.
yep. A little bit higher.
A little higher.
If there's a problem,
And then aim your finger at the screen
Your finger.
Point that way. Yep.
and then bring it back a little bit.
Because the sensor is kind of right here.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
So about here, this circle is about your here, and then about screen height, and that's the sweet spot. Let me actually. they took away a lot of gestures. There used to be a ton of gestures, and I guess just people don't use them. I'm going to add one functionality that I don't know why they have this in default. So now, if you're listening to rap music with police sirens, oh, it's not me.
Wow.
So
I didn't know that one.
scissors, yeah, mute.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
Cool.
So that's the gesture controls there, and
And those are just there. I mean, there's nothing I need to do to adjust them.
no, you can turn them off. You can turn the little thing off if that bugs you, but yeah, it would be yeah. Any questions?
No, this is interesting. Yeah, here's a question then. So this says 385 miles max. It says I got 313 now. Before it had 100%, or it says 100 now. Obviously, we've had the car on for a little bit, I guess.
So this 100% here is the one you're talking about. So this is how much power you're giving to the engine. The battery life would
see.
be over there, so at 99.
I see. Okay. So battery life is there.
The computer updates every 25 miles. So based off of your driving of the last 25 miles, it will give you try to give you a more accurate estimation.
Okay.
So, and since we've just been sitting here, again, using energy, so it's been dropping. So, and because it only has a few miles on it, it's pretty much just freaking out because it's only got what 7 miles or something like that, and
19.
then and then it's just like what's going on. So, yep.
Okay.
But yeah, the 385 max would be best case scenario, perfect weather, perfect humidity, downhill kind of situation. So that's what that's there for. So, and then another thing, so since we entered a GPS coordinate, notice here how this is the finish line. This wall is pretty much where it estimates you will need a charge, and it's letting you know, hey, your destination is going to be quite a bit before you get to that. So
I see.
That's how
so
that's
it'll
designed.
and it's estimating it'll go down to 77% by the time I get to.
Correct, yeah, for those 64 miles. So, and again, if you ever want to change what shows up, so if you don't like that, you want, since you're driving, cars around you, this will be turn-by-turn directions. So this is going to let you know, once you start, hey, this is what you do, this is what you're going to do, and it'll give you up to 3 steps, so you know ahead of you. This will be the map with the GPS coordinates as well, if you want that. G-forces for all those cool moves you're gonna do going donuts, and then what you're listening to here. So this will be a picture of any of that stuff. And then
So you're just hitting that, pressing it down, and it's
correct,
switching the.
yeah.
Okay.
Because if you press it down, it'll end it, which is fine as well. But press this again, and you can control the layout of the gauges. So if you want them close together, far apart, or very simplified, those are your options. And then here on the heads up, you can also change what shows up. So that'll be like the navigation, that'll be the cars around you. This is like a weird sport meter thing. I don't know what that means exactly. And then this is reduced. So just play around, see what you like, what you don't like, what
Is there
works.
anything with GPS there? Or?
On the heads up?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be this guy. Once you get started driving, it should pop up.
Okay.
Nice.
So,
I can't see it should be here, but that's crazy.
so.
Oh my god, this is like one of this. I don't know, man.
When are you getting yours?